here. Dale, we'll try it again.
Here we go. Bronzy.
Underway. Bronzy Lawson, the fourth, will jump out to the lead. Lance Moss in that number 2 spot. Here comes Nick Tucker. And Tucker has been the man that has been the fast guy most of the way on the series. He has won all the races so far.
And we see the 23 car coming out of turn 2, coming out down the front stretch, is going to take over that second place position. As they're good at the number 90 car now has just been passed by the number 9 car for third place, or number 9.
Heat races are underway. Everybody right now playing nice. Bronzy Lawson, the fourth, is out in front. And Bronzy Lawson, a great story for him. A couple of years ago, involved in a serious wreck in Lancaster, South Carolina, and had to go through a rehabilitation after serious injuries to come back and be back in behind the wheel of a race car. Bronzy Lawson, Lance Moss in the house in that 23 machine, followed by Oliver and Nick Tucker. Nick Tucker, Dale, is struggling tonight in 70.
He was up in the marbles a few times. The handle's just not there for him yet.
And 2 laps to go. 2 laps remaining here in heat race number 1 for the Tri-Body Lubricants Carolina Sprint Tour.
A little high.
Oliver in the wall. Holding it together, Oliver. Still keeps it going, white flag in the air. 1 more lap to go here in heat race number 1. Down the back straightaway, entering 3. Lap car in the way, not a problem. Checkered flag, and heat 1 will go to Bronzy Lawson, the 4th. Lance Moss will finish 2nd. Nick Tucker will come back and finish 3rd. And again, when it's all said and done, the driver of the car number B4, Bronzy Lawson, the 4th, will take heat race number 1. Pretty good performance, Dale, by the B4.
Certainly is, and the action that he had down at Lancaster, I'm just happy he was able to get over those injuries.
Yes, sir.
Much less to be back in a sprint car doing what he loves. And getting victory here, very happy for that young man.
The young man of the car number B4, he's out of Southern Pines, North Carolina. Finished 10th here the last time the series was in action. Maybe Jack Craig can grab an interview with our Heat Race 1 winner. That's coming up here in just a moment. Race fans, out of Southern Pines, North Carolina, give it up to Bronzy Lawson, the 4th.
I'm down here with your heat number 1 winner, Bronzy Lawson. Bronzy, after we actually got going green, you made quick work of Lance Moss. How was the track conditions out there?
It's all right, but when you come up light, it scales what they're trying to say, and we're 20 pounds heavy when we weighed earlier.
So we are understanding.
All right, there you have it, Wesley.
Thank you, Jack. I'm understanding, Dale, that he might be light at the scales. Understanding the 4 car might be light at the scales. We have this situation happening here inside the infield. If he is there, I think he said it was 20 pounds light.
Yep.
So this might give heat race 1 to Lance Moss.
They did let him reposition the car on the scale. Let's see if we get a go or no go.
And they are furious down there trying to figure out what is going on. Light at the scales is Bronzy Lawson, the 4th. I think they're going to give heat 1 now to Lance Moss. So Jack Craig will grab an interview with Lance Moss if he gets a thumbs up being the heat 1 winner. Wow, what a story, Bruce.
Yeah, and I'd like to say Oliver, number 9, he did a nice save coming out of turn 2 there. That could have really been a bad situation.
Yes, sir.
He was way high there, got into the marbles. And, Dale, you commented that some of the drivers were getting high, and he actually got high coming out of turn 2. And just a marvelous job of keeping that car off the wall.
That wall kind of sneaks out on you over there. That's where the crossover is. Then you've got the opening, and sometimes folks that get those tires, I've seen that happen, and you don't want to catch one of those tires in one of these sprint cars because you may take off.
That's right. The end over end thing starts to happening on these
open
wheel cars, if you will.
Yeah, and I don't mean to take thunder away from Bronzy Lawson, the 4th, but if Jack Craig gets the thumbs up at the scales, then he will
Give
be.
them just a second, Wesley. They're trying to get situated on the scales here. We'll get a word with Lance here in just a moment.
All right, thank you, buddy. Lance Moss, Jack Craig down there, Dale Wilkerson, Bruce Barrett, Wesley Outland, and Jack Craig on pit road. Just like a broadcast like you'd hear on Sunday afternoon, Dale. We got it covered, except for turn announcers.
We'll just grab a turn and do it. We got turn pointers.
Yes, yeah, we got turn pointers standing outside.
Got some folks who want to listen to race receiver. You just turn your receivers on, race fans. You should be able to listen. Just turn those on. You want to hear comments from the tower to the drivers. Of course, those are private
A
conversations.
situation going on down here. Lance Moss also lighted the scales. We had Nick Tucker, last night's winner, rolling across the scales now. Let's see what happens here.
So the first two cars have been light at the scales.
All right, Wesley, Nick Tucker is good. Nick picking up the victory last night at Carolina Speedway and looking to go double down on a doubleheader weekend, man. How do you feel about going into tonight's main event?
I feel okay. I struggled in the first couple laps there trying to run the top, and I just didn't have no bite. I finally got a groove there on the bottom the last couple laps where I think we'll be okay.
All right, that is Nick Tucker looking to go double down on the weekend with the Carolina Sprint Tour. Good luck tonight, Nick Tucker.
Thank you very much again, Jack Craig, our pit reporter here tonight on CRN. And Dale, Bronzy Lawson, light at the scales. Lance Moss, light at the scales. Nick Tucker, right at the scales. Race fans, round of applause. Nick Tucker is your
Yes,
Heat
sir.
1 winner now. So Nick Tucker will take heat race number 1.
Now, I've always said I want to use racetrack scales when I go for my physical.
Quick warm-up session first. Flight number 2, and their heat race is coming up next here for the Tri-Body Lubricants Carolina Sprint Tour. I have a feeling that hopefully the cars will be a lot lower on decimal sounds than the sprint cars will, Dale, and we'll all be able to hear each other a lot clearer.
And I would just like to comment on what Dale just said. Usually when I go to the doctor's office and I step on the scales, I usually say the word liar.
I weigh 10 pounds less at the house.
Yeah, that's right.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, heat race number 2.
Of course, you don't tell them that the scale
All right,
was
Wesley,
minus
quick
10.
update. Bronzy Lawson was your winner. He did weigh after the second try on the scales.
Oh, okay. So they are
All
saying
right.
that Bronzy Lawson is the Heat 1 winner. Okay, thank you for that clarification, bud. So it is not Lance Moss. It is not Nick Tucker. Heat 1 will go back to Bronzy Lawson, the 4th, the driver out of Southern Pines, North Carolina. And we're ready for heat race number 2. On the pole, George Blaney to his outside, Chaz Woodard. That's 82 and 51, row number 2. Sean Vardell in the 19 of Mike Jackson. Then it's Mike Sellers, followed by the 7 of Ben McCall. Green is out. We're underway. Kevin McElvey waves the green flag. Heat number 2 underway.
And coming out of turn 2, it's the number 67, 61 car coming out of turn 4. And we're going to have a full lap right here.
Wow. Watch them as they exit off the turn right there. That battle for the lead heating up. Batman, Woodard out in front. Chaz Woodard.
Woodard right now getting a good little bit of competition from the 62 car. As right now coming out of turn 2 and down the back.
Oh, we got one in the wall in turn number 2, going upside down. Almost. Mike Sellers in 88. Caution is out.
He did everything but land on his roof. That thing was off the ground, up on the wall and the fence.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the reasons why we tell you, please be mindful. Stay away from that retaining wall and away from the catch fence about 3-4 feet or more. At least practice social distancing with the cars on the track when the sprint cars are out there.
Right. And, you know, Dale, you just talked a little bit about turn 2 there, being a very tight corner there, and we're seeing that right in the middle of turn 1 and 2 where a car almost gets upside down and airborne maybe coming into that corner.
See a lot of marks on the wall that's been put there this year.
Yeah.
Folks that get in there a little too deep, and the first thing they know, they've got the right side up there trying to get a little Harris pinstriping, if you will, but can't do that with one of them sprints. I am amazed that car landed on all four.
Good
Lord's riding with him.
Dale, I agree with you.
Absolutely,
I
amen.
really thought that car was about to climb the retaining wall there. A great work there by our safety crews, not only for Harris Speedway, but also for the Tri-Bernardine Lubricants Carolina Sprint Tour. All trained medical personnel over there quickly to the scene. And I love that smell of that methanol fuel when they come roaring down the straightaway, guys. What do you think of that?
It's amazing.
I'm waiting to hear him say stock extra heavy to the grid. It's making me think of my go-kart racing days.
Yes, sir.
And again, Wesley, as you said, the safety crew was on it immediately. Our chief starter had the yellow in his hand.
Kevin McElveen.
And Matt Kevin did a great job with that. As soon as they got control of the track, the safety crew was dead on the money in getting over there and checking on that driver as they work right now. And folks, sometimes we get a little disappointed at officiating, and some officials, why they do this and all that other stuff. This is why they do some of the things they do, because really it's about everybody on that track going home the same way they came. Excellent job, and I salute the officials and our safety crews tonight for just being Johnny on the spot there.
Dale, we got some awesome heat races coming up on CRN. Tell everybody what's coming up next.
We've got our pure stock division getting ready to roll out. They're going to be qualifying. We're going to send out 3 at a time. Then we'll qualify our 602 late models. That's the next 2 events coming up.
So there you go. All on CRN. Coverage of our preliminary action. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 separate broadcasts. We're going to have the preliminary and the heat races and qualifying, and then we'll come back for the feature races tonight. We're at Harris Speedway, short track Saturday night on CRN Sports Network. Wesley Outland, Bruce Barrett, Dale Wilkerson, and Jack Craig for the call. Here we come back for the restart in Heat 2. And Batman taking off again. That's Woodard. Chaz Woodard back again. Down the back straightaway. A little company there for a moment. On that entry of George Blaney. Blaney's in the second spot. Looking there is the 19th car. Looking for that position is Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson looking on the inside, trying to make a run on Mike Jackson. There we go, halfway home.
Cars have gotten mostly in a separated single file right now. But right now, Jackson is really getting after it.
Really getting after it hard. I'll tell you what, Dale, Batman, Chaz Woodard, it's his race. He's out in front.
Alfred gave him the hookup tonight. The Batmobile's on a rail.
Looking really good down the back straightaway. Woodard's car, almost 5 car lengths, maybe more, over that entry of the 86, the 82, George Blaney, all in that battle.
Batman working the middle of the racetrack right now. I'm sure he saw what happened earlier. He knows what happened, but a little high coming out of 4. 1 lap to go.
White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Heat race number 2. For the Tri-Bernardine Lubricants Carolina Sprint Tour down the back straightaway. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's Batman.
Yeah.
Chaz Woodard, Heat 2 winner. Second spot's going to go to George Blaney. Third will go to the 19, and that is going to be Mike Jackson. There you go, 1, 2, and 3 when it's all said and done. That'll wrap up the preliminary action for the Tri-Bernardine Lubricants Carolina Sprint Tour. Don't forget, if you travel with this series, coming up next Saturday night, we will be at Lakeview Motor Speedway, Lakeview, South Carolina, for action of that event. And again, that's round number 5 for the Carolina Sprint Tour. Carolina Sprint Tour is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Carolina Sprint Tour. Heat number 2 in the books, waiting for the thumbs up.
Good.
602, hempandbarrel.com, 602 late models. I need you to the staging area. Pure stock, you should already be there.
Heat number 2 in the books. Jack Craig will grab an interview with our Heat 2 winner here in just a moment. Well, how about a Harris Speedway? Make some noise for the Carolina Sprint Tour.
All right, Wesley, I'm down here with heat race number 2 winner Chaz Woodward. Chaz, car looked really good out there tonight. How do you feel going into the main event, man?
I'm feeling really good. Starting at the high side there pretty good. I'm getting a little loose. I think we're going to make a couple adjustments, but Dad's got a good piece for me tonight.
Right, man. Thank you. Good luck tonight. Tonight's main event. Chaz Woodward, Wesley Outland, he says he's ready to rock and roll.
Chaz Wooder, they call him the Batman.
Yep.
From